Hi, this is Vanessa with another episode of Fault Lines California. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to go over Prop 39, which has been very controversial for some time now, which I don't understand why it's been so controversial. And just curious. It's been this is a prop that every California citizen should be very familiar with and should not be afraid of and should not be skeptical about. This is a proposition that affects all of us, all California residents who are citizens of this great country of ours. And what I'm talking about is voter ID. Now, there has been a lot of verbiage that has been thrown around regarding this prop, and the proposition has been rewritten to make it look negative to get voter ID, which totally sucks. So I'm going to go over the highlighted versions as to why it looks negative, but it's not. It's really just asking for verification of citizenship when you vote, which I think should be a requirement given the amount of people who have crossed into this country, mass migration that has happened under President Biden's administration, and the amount of fraud that has not been left to speculation but has been confirmed by many independent journalists who have taken the time to dig into this. I'm talking about Nick Shirley. Nick Shirley, you're awesome. If you ever see this, my mind will be blown. Okay, so Proposition 39. Okay, so verbatim, this is what it says. Establishes additional voter identification. When was voter identification established in the first place? I just want to say that. And citizenship verification requirements. I feel like that should already be there, but okay, we're going to keep going. Initiative constitutional amendment. Now, this is where you're going to lose people because it's like, well, you're already verified and da-da-da. No, technically, under the current law, when registering to vote, individuals must state under penalty of perjury that they are United States citizens and provide information to verify their identity. Birth date, driver's license, or social security number. When you look down into the California actual website, there are other forms of ID you can use to verify your identity, not necessarily your citizenship. Student ID, employee ID, concealed carry permit in some jurisdictions, public assistance benefits card, transit reduced fare ID card. In other words, people, you can use a bus pass to quote unquote verify your identity, but not necessarily your citizenship, that you're a citizen in this country. Okay, going back to the proposition. Now, this measure would amend the California Constitution to further require, and I back this up, wholeheartedly agree, voters present government-issued identification, yes, at the polls, or the last four digits of a government-issued identification number when voting by mail. I think they just need to I think it just should be a government identification, but you know what? It's an improvement from what we have right now. The state provide voter identification cards on request, and elections officials annually report percentage of each county's voters whose citizenship they have verified. Now, this is in the proposition. This is the wording that they've chosen. Okay, so there's a summary at the end of the wording that kind of concerns me a little bit. It's a summary of estimate by a legislative analyst and director of finance and fiscal input on state and local government. Wow, you guys are actually want to be fiscally responsible for the first time. Where was this when you blew millions on high-speed railway or a PR company? I didn't know California needed a PR company. Okay, here we go. A one-time state and local government costs in the tens of millions of dollars to prepare for implementation of the measure. I believe it's money well spent. One wholeheartedly. Increased annual to the low hundreds of millions of dollars to fulfill new requirements related to election administration. I love how they include in bold letters, I might add, in their amendment, the costs. Like, this is going to cost the taxpayers a lot. Like, California paid a public relations firm, Edelman, $19 million. According to the expenditures through the end of 2025 on the high-speed railway, which was never finished, which we don't have a high-speed railway, about $14.8 billion was spent. That's right, $14.8 billion was spent on the high-speed railway. So, I don't know about you, but I would like to verify that actual U.S. citizens are voting in our local elections. I'm okay with spending tens of millions of dollars towards this. That would be nice. I completely agree with this. This is an amazing prop. I encourage you to keep Prop 39 in mind and vote yes to these additional initiatives. When you think Prop 39, think yes. There's going to be a lot of pushback with this prop. I just want to state that for the record. There's going to be a lot of pushback. And it's unfortunate that people are trying to push people who are not citizens in this country to vote in our elections. Our elections were set up so that way the voice of the people who are actual citizens in this country can be heard and represented for their interests and their needs in our government. This is an important proposition. Do not let other people fool you into thinking it isn't, or confuse you with the negative words that are going to be attached to this proposition, because there's going to be a lot of negative words attached to this proposition. This will not be my last time addressing this prop. I am for Prop 39. Go vote for Prop 39. Vote. So get everyone to vote yes for this prop, so that way it's so hard for them to deny that it's even a question that it doesn't pass, because our election fraud is already being looked at, it's already been highlighted. There's been a lot of allegedlys, but yet actual proof that election fraud has happened here in California and is most likely to happen again if we don't shape this up. So as much as it sucks that this last election cycle didn't go the way we anticipated in terms of the primaries with certain governor candidates or certain other candidates that have gone through, or in any case, especially with Los Angeles, given with Spencer Pratt and everything, it doesn't mean we give up. It doesn't mean we throw in the towel. We keep fighting. We keep showing up. We keep talking about it. Stand up with your vote. Vote yes on Prop 39. All right, this has been Vanessa with Fault Lines, California. I will see you soon.